At this moment, the status of Algeria's supposed acquisition of the Su-35 fighter jet is enveloped in considerable uncertainty. Despite numerous claims, reports, and rumors circulating over time, neither the Algerian government nor Russian defense officials have issued any official statements or confirmations about the delivery or operational deployment of the Su-35 aircraft. This absence of verified communication leaves the matter unresolved and open to interpretation, raising many questions about the true extent of the deal, its progress, and its strategic significance. The Su-35 itself is a sophisticated aircraft designed as an advanced development of the older Su-27 family. Its purpose is to provide superior air combat capabilities with a combination of speed, agility, and firepower. Among its key technological features are its highly advanced engines that employ thrust vectoring, which allows the aircraft exceptional maneuverability, a powerful radar system capable of tracking multiple targets simultaneously, and a modern avionics suite designed to improve navigation, targeting, and electronic countermeasures. Collectively, these elements make the Su-35 a potent air superiority fighter with multi-role capabilities, enabling it to engage both aerial and ground targets with significant effectiveness. However, despite these technological improvements, the Su-35 is generally classified as a 4++ generation fighter, not as a 5th-generation aircraft. This classification is critical because 5th-generation fighters possess several defining characteristics that are absent from the Su-35, notably stealth technology and advanced sensor fusion systems. Stealth technology involves design techniques and materials that reduce the aircraft's radar cross-section and infrared signature, making it far more difficult to detect by enemy sensors and air defense systems. Without these stealth features, the Su-35 remains more vulnerable to detection, tracking, and targeting by modern integrated air defense networks and advanced enemy fighters, which increasingly rely on low observable technology to dominate the battlespace. In addition to the lack of stealth, the Su-35's avionics, while modern and capable, do not provide the level of sensor fusion typical of 5th-generation aircraft. Sensor fusion is a technology that integrates information from various onboard and offboard sensors into a single, comprehensive, and real-time picture for the pilot. This capability greatly enhances situational awareness, reduces pilot workload, and speeds up decision-making in combat situations. The Su-35 relies on more traditional avionics systems where data from multiple sensors must be interpreted separately, which can delay or complicate pilot responses in complex air combat scenarios. This difference impacts the aircraft's overall effectiveness, especially in contested environments where split-second decisions are crucial. Operational experience with the Su-35 provides further context for evaluating its capabilities. The aircraft has been deployed by its primary operator in several limited combat situations, yet there is no definitive evidence that it has decisively shifted the balance of air superiority or fundamentally altered outcomes in these conflicts. Although it is regarded as a capable and agile fighter, the Su-35 faces considerable challenges against highly modern integrated air defense systems and opponents who operate stealth-capable fighters. Its combat record does not demonstrate an overwhelming advantage or transformative performance, which raises questions about its long-term viability in high-intensity warfare. The history of the specific batch of Su-35s, reportedly connected to Algeria, adds an additional layer of complexity. These aircraft were originally manufactured for another customer who later decided to cancel or indefinitely postpone the contract. This cancellation reportedly stemmed from political and economic pressures, including potential threats of sanctions that can accompany certain arms deals. The geopolitical sensitivities surrounding advanced Russian military exports thus played a role in altering the intended recipient. Following this, Russia reportedly sought an alternative buyer, with Algeria emerging as the possible recipient. This move likely aimed at ensuring the production line remained active and financial investments in the aircraft's manufacture were recouped. Algeria's response, or more accurately, its notable lack of response, has contributed heavily to the ambiguity surrounding the deal. In matters of military procurement, particularly when it involves high-profile and technologically advanced assets such as fighter jets, it is common for governments to at least publicly acknowledge new acquisitions to signal enhancements in military capability and strategic intent. Algeria's silence on this issue may indicate several possibilities: ongoing negotiations that have yet to reach a finalized agreement, concerns over diplomatic ramifications with regional or global powers, or a decision to keep such developments confidential for operational security reasons. Alternatively, it may suggest that delivery and integration have not yet occurred or are still in preliminary stages. Acquiring and operationalizing a fighter aircraft like the Su-35 is a complex process that goes far beyond simply taking physical delivery of the jets. It involves extensive pilot training programs to familiarize aviators with the aircraft's advanced systems, flight characteristics, and combat employment. Ground crew and maintenance personnel must be trained to carry out the specialized upkeep and repairs necessary to keep the aircraft operationally ready. Logistics chains have to be established to ensure the availability of spare parts, specialized tools, and munitions compatible with the platform. Additionally, command and control systems must be adapted or upgraded to integrate the new aircraft into the existing military framework, allowing effective communication, coordination, and mission planning. The lack of detailed information on Algeria's progress in these areas suggests that even if some aircraft have been delivered, they may not yet be fully integrated into the Air Force's operational structure. From a broader strategic viewpoint, the potential introduction of the Su-35 into Algeria's Air Force would represent a significant modernization step. Algeria faces a range of security challenges and regional dynamics that necessitate maintaining credible air defense and deterrent capabilities. The Su-35, with its long-range, multi-target tracking, and powerful weapon systems, could help enhance Algeria's ability to secure its airspace and project force within its region. However, the limitations of the platform, most notably its lack of stealth and advanced sensor fusion, mean that it may struggle to effectively counter the most modern threats, particularly in environments where adversaries employ stealth fighters and integrated air defense systems. The uncertain status of the Algerian Su-35 deal thus raises important questions. Without official confirmation, it is difficult to assess whether Algeria has indeed taken possession of these aircraft, and if so, whether they are fully operational or still in a transitional phase. The aircraft's origin, initially intended for a different customer, combined with Algeria's discretion, feeds into a narrative of ambiguity. Moreover, the evolving nature of air combat technology, increasingly favoring stealth and networked sensor systems, casts doubt on the long-term value of investing in a platform that lacks these features. Until Algeria or Russia publicly confirms the delivery and operational deployment of the Su-35, or until the aircraft's presence and activities become evident through verifiable means, skepticism is warranted. The situation highlights the complexities of international arms transfers where political, economic, and technical factors intersect. The Su-35, while a formidable aircraft in many respects, faces challenges in maintaining relevance amid rapid technological advances in military aviation. Algeria's position remains unclear, and the question of whether the Su-35 will become an effective component of its air force is still unanswered. The story of Algeria and the Su-35 is one of partial information, technological trade-offs, and geopolitical complexity. The Su-35 is an advanced fighter with notable capabilities, but it lacks key features that define the newest generation of combat aircraft. The aircraft's uncertain procurement status and lack of public acknowledgement from Algerian authorities suggest that the deal's final outcome and impact remain to be seen. For now, critical analysis must be grounded in cautious skepticism, recognizing that much about the situation is still unknown and subject to future clarification.